iconcitynews.com. iconcitynews.com.
Yes, no.
Okay, so I've been watching these videos on YouTube explaining how certain communities out around San Francisco and around Los Angeles are, becoming radically transformed, not for the good, for the bad, in terms, turning into ghost towns almost, or places with very little economic opportunity. Realtors, I'm talking to you, home sellers, investors, politicians, and the people trying and failing to buy their first home. Because right now, all of you are in the same housing market, but living drastically different realities. See, during the pandemic, housing demand exploded. Remote work changed everything. People left cities. They bought further out. They paid more because they believed that they had more flexibility. And for a moment, that was true. But markets don't just run on moments, they run on long-term behavior. And that behavior has changed again. Offices are steadily reopening, interest rates are higher, buyers are pulling back. But here's the disconnect. A lot of sellers are still pricing homes like it's 2021. A lot of investors are still holding properties like demand will snap back overnight. And a lot of policymakers are still talking about supply like it is just a construction problem. And it's not. It's a behavior problem. First, let's start with the sellers. You're not wrong for wanting the best return on your home. But when homes sit or get pulled off the market instead of repriced, you're not protecting value, you're freezing the market. Similarly, for investors and speculators, you saw opportunity and you moved fast. You bought into what you thought were emerging areas. You turned homes into rentals. You bet on long-term growth. But now, holding properties off market, waiting for peak pricing to return, that doesn't stabilize communities. It puts them in limbo. And that brings me to the policymakers. Yes, we need more housing, but supply alone doesn't fix a market where inventory is being withheld. Homes are treated like financial instruments first, and entire communities are shaped by speculation. And so this isn't just about building a home or building more homes. It's about who housing is actually for. And so for all those people trying to buy a home right now, especially first-time homeowners, working families, Black and brown communities who are already pushed into the margins, you're being asked to navigate a market that hasn't caught up to itself. Prices reflect yesterday, conditions reflect today, and your future is stuck somewhere in between. And so I am not a professional in real estate that I can say that we're in a housing crash. I know that there are stories of towns turning into ghost towns. And when I say ghost town, I mean that builders built brand new homes that they are unable to sell. They're trying everything, including renting and all types of discounts. And of course, you're thinking, well, hey, this is a good thing. But still, the amount of money that would need, including, HOA, that's having a, just infrastructure in these places, requires an income that the local area doesn't have. What I do know is, though, this market is being held in place by people who can afford to wait, while everyone else is forced to just adjust. And when the housing market stalls like this, the damage isn't always so visually dramatic. It starts by looking like fewer families being able to move, fewer small businesses opening, fewer communities growing in stable, sustainable ways. It looks like opportunity delayed. But eventually, those fewer families moving turns to more homelessness. Those fewer small business openings turn to job shortages, already happening under artificial intelligence. And weaker communities in this country is a weaker country. So if we're really invested in maintaining America's greatness, this is a problem that requires all hands on deck. It's your boy Anye Elite. For more of our Housing in America series, visit iconcityviews.com.